Hello, I'm the Media Whiz, because one art form wasn't enough, and we're back at it again with another commentary. And this is for another failed sitcom, but unlike the last one, which was based on a Twitter account, this one was based on a series of commercials. And I've already looked at something like this before. I mean, I referenced this show in my review of the Geico Cavemen show. Yeah, so this was another shortly lived program. This was on CBS, and it surprisingly lasted 2 seasons, although in total there was only like 14 episodes. And yeah, apparently the ratings of it were good, but the quality of it was terrible. A lot of people said that the show itself wasn't very good. I'm looking at the promotion, because in the review I said it was the Quiznos baby, and while that baby was the Quiznos mascot for a while, it seems like before then the baby was the big promotion for FreeInternet.com, but it seems like a lot of people still refer to this as the show about the Quiznos baby. And the show is Baby Bob, so what I'm expecting is this is going to be one of those sitcoms where, for one, it's going to be about a baby that talks, and it's either going to be, oh, the adults can't hear him, but oh, the baby makes, contemporary wisecracks, that a 40-year-old man would make. It's either going to be that, or it's going to be like they can somehow understand him, and they're just going to be like, wow, that's crazy, Bob. Isn't that right, family? Yeah, it's gonna be like that fictional movie from Funny People where it was Adam Sandler as a baby. That's what I'm expecting. It's gonna go one of two ways, and so yeah, I'm not expecting anything good out of this. I expect it to be at least a little bit more interesting than my dad says. Hopefully, it's better than that. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, let's dive into this. This is Baby Bob, Episode 1, First Words. Rated TVG. Okay, so this is going to be relatively safe.
Eating with a baby is tough enough, but now we're entertaining?
It's your father and my mother. I hardly call that entertaining.
Oh, I don't know. Serve them alcohol, introduce the topic of same-sex marriage. I'd watch that on pay-per-view.
Oh, wow. 2000s for you.
I don't know what that man cheated on more, his taxes, his golf game, his mistress, or me.
Golf game.
Wow, okay. Now I just wish I was watching Seinfeld with George and Susan going to her parents.
I'm sitting at the office, making life hell for journalists, when who do I look up and see but former President Clinton?
This cannot get any more 2000s. They literally just referenced the president from the 90s.
I went back and I changed Bob's diaper. Again. I had done it right before.
Well, that's sad when even the canned studio laugh track didn't laugh at that. This whole scene is going on way too long.
She has the most wonderful...
Like, I get this is the first episode, you gotta establish stuff like this, but this is getting kind of boring. Like, they're really taking their sweet time to try and establish, oh yeah, there's gonna be a baby that's gonna talk like an adult. Just you wait. It's gonna be some wacky shenanigans. You just gotta sit through this boring schlock first.
Oh, God, I'm telling you, Bob. Between my mother and not sleeping and being cooped up here all day, I'm losing it. Losing it!
And yet she's still more of a responsible parent than Kim Kardashian.
You're just a little stressed out.
Oh, God, the CG. This is baby geniuses levels.
It's the cow.
Mommy, don't be silly. Cows don't talk, they just moo.
Oh, God. Hey, to be fair, you'd be scared if you saw a horrible CG like that.
You were talking. And I wasn't just hearing it in my head, right?
No, that was me. You seemed pretty upset, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay. You know, like you do for me. Did you peel an onion earlier?
This just kind of goes to show that just because you have a semi-funny idea for a commercial doesn't automatically mean it makes great television.
It's me, Lizzie.
I mean, it's a baby that talks. We've seen a bunch of stuff like this before. Look Who's Talking, like I said, Baby Geniuses. This was around the time that Rugrats was still going. So it's like, the whole idea of like, oh, it's a like even Looney Tunes back in the day, and, Baby Herman and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The whole idea of a baby talking like a grown adult. Family Guy. Like, this is not an original concept. When this is the whole premise of the show, that just feels flat.
Can you talk for Daddy? Can you say Dada?
Dada.
Oh, that is so brave.
Yeah, quick question. Do you prefer Dada? Dad seems more natural to me.
They seem to be acting relatively nonchalant, all things considered.
Thank God you hear it too.
They're just like, wow, geez, that's wacky.
Yeah, we were just discussing how Teletubbies can educate, comfort, and disturb all at the same time.
Well, I doubt those first two, but the last one, yeah, definitely.
How can you be so calm about this?
That is the first legitimate question I've heard throughout this entire show.
As used to it as I can get. Beneath this exterior is a woman shrieking hysterically.
I see you.
Okay, that was fun.
Where's the book?
What book?
The book, honey. The book. The what to expect book.
Oh god, that's a plug right there.
Expect book. You
What
wanna
to
see
expect
it says
when
in
you're
the chapter on
expecting.
What to expect when your 6-month-old starts talking like a Teamster from Chicago. I looked it up. Not really in there.
Did you call Dr. Bibby?
Did you call Dr. Lipschitz?
There's got to be some explanation for this.
Walter, clearly we are in a situation here where we would normally find Rod Serling talking to a camera in the corner of our living room.
Frankly, I would find
Okay, again, that was kind of funny.
unsettling.
It was only funny because it referenced a better show.
So, Bob, how was your day?
Not bad. Held a raisin in my fist for almost 2 seconds. But then I dropped it. Then I picked it up. And then I dropped it. They're so darn little.
I'm never gonna get over the terrible animation of the mouth. That is horrible.
Ever.
That is bordering on the bad animation from Baby Geniuses when they put the baby's head over like the person's body dancing like John Travolta. That is up there with that horrible crap.
Goodnight Moon raises far more existential questions than I was aware of.
I still can't believe this. He's more articulate than half the athletes I represent. That's not right.
Wow. Okay.
When you have a freak for a child.
He's not a freak,
Well, he's not normal.
but I would lean more towards genius. I mean,
Oh,
maybe it's
baby
just me, but
genius.
The minute this gets out, Bob's life and our life will become a living hell.
It'll become like
Trust me,
E.T.
I'm in
The government will come in and try and do
public
experiments on him.
Remember what we discussed in the car, Bob?
Right. No talk. But why?
Why? Because
It's just so abnormal looking because it's like the baby's eyes are normal, and then they have like the mouth that just looks like it does not connect at all to the face.
Come on. Nobody's watching. So that's what it's gonna be, huh?
They managed to get the perfect reaction shots of that baby looking terrified.
I was protecting him.
Is it monsters? Are you protecting me from monsters? I don't like monsters.
No monsters.
This is like
Don't.
Disney Channel or like Nickelodeon sitcom or like this feels like a kid show and not a good one, but it feels like a really bad kid show more than something that would be aimed at like adults.
Either.
Like, is the humor supposed to be for parents who have kids? Like, this feels like on par with, like, Dog with a Blog or something like that, where it's like, oh, family has a wacky pet that can talk. Oh, wacky. That's exactly what it feels like. This doesn't feel like something marketed for, like, adults on
I
CBS.
didn't want you to speak.
But then again, considering how CBS became a joke network after a while, that greenlights anything and then cancels it as soon as it does badly,
We are.
it's
We-
not
we are
surprising.
proud. Who wants to be regular like everybody else?
You mean like how mom doesn't want to be a regular stay-at-home mom stuck home with me all day?
Bob. Why would you ever
Oh, and
think
then the
anything
truth
as
comes
silly as
spilling
that?
out, and oh, then our characters bond by now knowing the truth.
We just want you to have a normal, happy babyhood. Even if you are special.
And then the plot twist comes that this is actually like Benjamin Button syndrome.
Did we upset you?
And then when he becomes an old man, he just starts talking like a baby.
It's just my diaper's been wet since the checkout line. You know, I couldn't say anything back there, and then I sort of forgot about it, and now I just remembered again.
I give him credit. It took him this long to make a soiled diaper joke. It's like near the end of the episode. It's like, that's impressive. Babysitter, and he's gonna scare them. Is that where this is going?
Had his client list reduced to Carrot Top and one of the guys from the Was Up ads, and not the guy you're thinking of.
That's a throwback for you, the Was Up ads.
Bye, sweetie. Bye.
Bye, Bob.
So, did you tell him yet?
Yeah,
What?
Well, how did it go?
they flipped out.
Well, that's a twist. I was expecting her to not know.
How are things with that boyfriend of yours?
You got an hour.
As long as you're, willing to be flexible with that bedtime.
Deal.
Wow.
Can I put you on my lap?
Are you kidding? I'd cry if you didn't.
Oh my god, what is
My
this?
question is, should I call him or should I wait for him to call me? And I
Call
figure
him.
That's weird when you're getting dating advice from an
I mean,
infant.
even though you're a baby, you know these
It is Super Babies, Baby Geniuses too. They did the same thing there. Okay, so that's the end of that. Yeah, overall, it tried taking a very bare bones premise of, oh, talking baby, which was a gimmick used to promote FreeInternet.com. Oh, and those Super Bowl ads, the Super Bowl babies. That was another thing. One of the many things that just... I feel like this type of humor relies solely on, oh, it's a cute baby, and then you give it an adult voice. This is nothing new. This has been going on for a very long time. So, this show coming out in the 2000s, this was not an original premise by any means. But just because something isn't original doesn't mean that you can't make it good. And the biggest problem with the show is that it just falls into the trappings of a lot of other sitcoms where it relies solely on some kind of main factor. In this case, it's the cute baby that talks like a grown adult. Relies heavily on the laugh track, because there's lots of it. Lots of easy jokes about them joking about, like, contemporary things. I mean, there were so many dated references in this. This was so year 2000 as you can get. The few laughs that I did get kind of strung from the fact that they were either making fun of how weird the premise is, or the fact they were just referencing better things. I mean, that Twilight Zone reference, it's like, yeah. Another problem is that it does feel a little too much like a kid's sitcom or a family sitcom more than like a CBS sitcom. Like Geico Cavemen, as bad as that was, at least it felt like something they were marketing for young adults who are, just moving into the big city and, trying to live on their own. And, oh, the big joke is that, it's about a group of cavemen trying to fit into society. It literally feels like, a talking cat? It's like that, except here it's a talking baby. That's what it feels like. It's just... Like I said, it reminds me of those, like, Disney sitcoms, like Dog with a Blog and stuff like that, where it's just the whole premise relies on, hey, it's funny because you have a family and you got that family pet or the little baby that talks, and oh, it's just so wacky, nyuk nyuk, waka waka. It was more interesting to watch than my dad says, but still not very good. There's a reason this only lasted 14 episodes, so... Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that this show is forgotten. I give them this, though. Considering how flat certain sitcoms are when they have, like, really out-the-box premises like that, some episodes just start and then they'll give a very brief backstory in, like, the intro and then just kind of expect you to go along with it. This was different because this one actually bothered setting up everything in the first episode, so I give them some props for that. That was unexpected. So yeah, it's bad, but I've seen shows that just pissed me off so much more. So this is just a forgotten turd from years ago. That does it for this commentary. Next video is going to be a review, and I'm going to be reviewing a comic. I'm going to be reviewing the Transformers My Little Pony crossover comic, Friendship in Disguise, issue 1, so look forward to that review next time. Until then, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough.